Hello. Welcome to what I hope is a really lovely kind of treat for your hips and your body and your mind today. As we focus on our hips, we are going to do it from a reclined position. You're not going to get off your back this entire time, so I recommend getting cozy. As you can see, I'm nice and cozy in my sweater. Maybe you want to have some socks on. Anything like that is more than welcome today so that you are cozy, comfortable, and in the best position to truly relax into our hips. So the reason this is considered such a treat is because when we do our normal all in the hips classes, they're a lot of work and it can be quite exhausting. It can also be very frustrating. So as we move through today, think of this as a gift for your body. Know where you need to be within any of the movements, okay? So if you have a couple of blocks, I want you to grab them. If you don't have that, no problem at all. Grab a couple of pillows, even a couple of blankets, folded up towels, anything like that will do. We're just going to use them at the start, and I hope that you really enjoy this and maybe even come back to this multiple times because you and your body deserve it. Okay, so we're going to start on our back, and you want to have those cushions or blocks nice and close by. And then again, celebrate. We're not going to get off of our backs once we're there. So as you inhale here, arms are going to reach straight ahead. You're going to take a really nice big breath. And then you're going to lower down really slow and controlled. And then once you come down onto the mat, you're going to bend into your knees. Now here's where I want you to grab your blocks. You're going to slide the soles of the feet together, and I want you to be quite supportive in this. I'm going to give you an invitation to go deeper, so please don't crave anything intense here. Give yourself the support so that this can just be a feeling, okay? So once you found it, blocks quite close to the hips, hands by your side. Wiggle the shoulders back enough that there's breathing space for you to relax here. And then just closing the eyes. If you have an eye pillow, I highly, highly recommend you grab it here and use it for most of this session. So wherever you are within your mind, just let it all go. And see if you can take a deep breath in with me. And a big sigh out. Feel the weight of your body sink a little bit more into the floor. And with the eyes closed and maybe even that extra little weight, just really setting this intention that the next little while we have together is just for you to relax. Not forcing yourself into anything, but really breathing into everything. Softer sessions, often we still, just as much as we do in the more challenging ones, lose that ability to focus with the breath, sometimes even more so. So really do your best to continue to create the expansion with your inhale and the softening and deepening as you exhale. One more breath here. And once you have exhaled out all of the air, I'm going to get you to grab your blocks or cushions, gently lift the knees, and then take them to the outer edges of the knees so that there's very little support here. You should start to feel a deeper stretch, but still have that element of feeling supported. With the eyes still closed, I invite you to just feel that center line in your body and notice if you feel a difference between the left and the right. And see if you can send your breath in a way that you feel just a release as you exhale. The knees maybe get a little heavier. You feel the support of the block below. And for one more breath, just let go. Now on your next inhale, you can use the hands to support. You're going to just lift the knees and then take those blocks away, completely out of the equation and out of your way. Let yourself allow those knees to fall fully. And then just feeling a little more intensity, a little more pull into the hips. Allow yourself just 3 more breaths here. And it's nice to take a little bit more of a progressive approach. Often our mind is so driven to go as deep as possible right away. And it can be quite detrimental to our health, both physically and mentally. So even just the action of providing yourself with a little support can go so far. So adding now just a touch of intensity. You're going to keep the position the same, just really anchor into the outer edges of the feet, squeeze them together and ground them down as you lengthen your low back. And then I want you to squeeze into your glutes and see if you can just hover your hips up off of the mat. And then inhale, slowly lower down, feel that completely neutral spine again, and feel the knees soften. Notice what you notice. And then lengthen that low back, squeezing those glutes, and then lift the hips up. And inhale, slowly lower yourself back down and relax fully. Big breath in. One more time, lengthen that low back, press into the pinky sides of the feet, and then just lift your hips up. Holding but breathing. See if you can press a little bit into the arms, palms flipped up, and ribs connect as you lift those hips just a little higher for 3, 2, 1 more breath. And then just slowly take your time and release the hips down. And then just let the knees soften 1 more time. Notice what you notice with that activation of the glutes. They're a really big part of the equation of getting that external rotation. So you'll likely notice quite a bit of a deeper opening here now. And part of that can also be just because we've been here for a while as well. So notice what you notice and all the things that come along with that. Take 1 more breath. And then please use your hands to support your knees, coming back in, and then allow the feet to go nice and wide, wider than your hips, even a mat width apart, okay? Reach your arms out like a T or bend the elbows if you need, and then just slow drip over to the right. Let that left knee soften. Keep breathing here. And just letting gravity do the work. Only thing you need to do is relax a little more. And then on your next inhale, you're going to slowly and gently take your time and come up. Now let the knees fall to the left and just breathe into that. As the right knee softens down, it does not need to touch the floor, by the way. You just notice what you notice here as you let everything soften and settle. Take 1 more breath. And then you're going to inhale slowly, take your time, and come back to the center. So now from this position, take your time and walk your feet a little bit closer together. You're going to lift your right leg. And for now, I'm going to invite you to keep your arms reaching out in that T. So it just gives you a little more spatial awareness. I don't want you to have your body shifting side to side. We're going to take a little circle through that right leg and then just pause at the top. So you're going to maintain the shape of it, meaning that you don't straighten the leg or bend the knee more at any time. You just keep that consistent shape. And then again, as you keep both hips, both shoulders anchored evenly, do your best with that. And that just helps us really isolate this movement and mobility into the right hip. Let's do it one more time. Pausing at the top, and then we'll start to go the other direction. Slow circle down, around, and up. And again, down, around, and up. Good, 2 more. One more here. And that should feel nothing but nice. As you interlock the fingers, wrap them around the shin, and then now rock the knee really gently side to side. And I want you to just notice the point that it starts to feel a little sticky. And then you're going to just allow yourself to settle into that space. Let the shoulders relax. Option here to straighten through your left leg. But at any time through this sequence, you're welcome to bend the left knee back in, okay? So close the eyes if they aren't still closed. And just continue to relax. It's likely you notice a slight tug on the left shoulder. So just really let that shoulder soften down. And just take a few more deep, full breaths here. Nothing's forced. Just this calm and restful approach. One more breath. And then as you take your next inhale, you're going to slowly release the grip. And then you're just going to lift your right leg into a tabletop. So you're just going to take your left hand and pull that knee across. And then you're going to swing it across and let your right hand catch the knee and gently pull. We're just going to do that a couple of times. So you're just kind of swaying back and forth really gently. You can allow that right hip to lift as you bring the leg over to the left. But do your best not to let the left hip lift as you swing the right knee over to the right. All right, next time you swing the right leg to the right, I want you to bend the knee a little more and take your left hand to your hip. So for many of you, it will be beneficial to bend into that left knee here, so please feel free to do so. And then take your right elbow on the inside of the knee, hand grabs the outer edge of the foot, and then we're gonna find that half happy baby shape. And then just breathe here. Spreading the toes nice and wide. And again, you're going to notice very likely a tug on the left side of your body. So make sure that you're easing off enough on the right side to remain relaxed through the left. And then you have the option here, if you choose, to start to straighten through that right leg. But again, don't lift the left side of the body to get that deeper extension. Just breathe here, soften, and we'll take 2 more breaths. One more like this. On your next inhale, you're going to bend into your right knee, sliding your left foot flat if it isn't already. And then now from here, you're going to hook your right heel onto the left knee, and then from that position, you're going to lift that left leg. Now again, I'm going to invite you to reach your arms out to the side, and then just very gentle rock side to side. And just allow yourself to settle into the center. We'll take just a couple of breaths here. Nice big exhale. And then slowly take your time as you bend your left knee, plant your left foot. Little bit of work here as you inhale. Press the right heel down and just gently lift your hips up. different style of bridge. Taking 2 more breaths. One more here. Now as you lower the hips, I want you to bring them slightly to the right, just slightly. And then allow the knees to fall over to the left. Support yourself with those cushions if you need. Let that right knee open, and then maybe the closed eyes fall to the right. If you're working with an eye pillow, just kind of grab your pillow and shift it a little bit to the left, and then you can still keep that gentle pressure on the eyelids. And again, if you don't have an eye pillow, it's a really, really worthwhile investment. Anything that we can do to support our ability to relax more efficiently is honestly priceless, right? Just give yourself 2 more breaths. And 1 more here. On your next inhale, bring your head back to center. And then from that position, we're going to slowly take our time and bring the leg back. Now, once you're there, you can gently push into the foot, just scoot your hip back to the center, and then walk your left foot out a little bit wider, a little further forward. And then on your next inhale, kick your right leg up towards the sky, flex your foot, and then just slowly, 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 slowly roll and lower that right leg down. Once it's down, let it relax, toes flop out, and then just extend that left leg. If the arms are uncomfortable here, go ahead, bring them closer to your side, or maybe it even feels good for you to just go post the arms. And now dividing that kind of body in half, feeling all the sensations running through the right side. The little pulsing feelings, vibrating feelings. Take 1 more breath. And then just slowly take your time and then rest your arms more in that Shavasana style. Take 1 more breath here. And then on your next inhale, let's slowly bend the left leg and then the right. Keep those feet nice and wide to start, and just let the knees drop in. Enjoying 1 more breath here to feel this kind of division between the left and the right. Just let yourself feel it. Let yourself dissolve any urge to rush. And we'll just take our time and walk the feet back to hips width apart. On your next inhale, you're going to gently lift your left leg into that tabletop shape, and then just slow circle to the left and bring it down, around, and then up. Let's do that again. Really nice and slow. So again, really focus on that calm, relaxed flow of your breath. If you want to couple it really intentionally, inhale that first half of the circle and exhale the second half. Now we'll reverse the direction of the circle, going the other way. And again, making sure there's no tug on the right side of your body. One more here. And then you can interlock your fingers around that left shin. Hug in. And then option here is to straighten through that right leg. So whatever option you choose, go there now, and then just gently rock that left knee side to side. Just investigate a little bit. Notice how this side feels. Notice where that little sticky spot is for you. And then just allow every part of you to soften and settle into that. Allow your shoulders to relax, especially the right one. And paying even close attention to the muscles in your face, your jaw. Whether you have an eye pillow or not, could your eyes be a little heavier? Really working to shut out anything that's going on outside of you and just softening within. On your next inhale, you're going to slowly release the grip and bring that left leg into your reverse table again. Now right hand just gently grabs the outside of the knee and you just pull that across your body. And then you slowly come back to center. Right hand to outside, just kind of catches it and supports it as it comes out. And we'll do that a couple of times, so nothing moves quickly. It's all really slow and intentional. One more time. And then what you're going to do the next time you bring that leg out to the side, you're going to bend the knee a little more, meaning the heel comes closer to your glute. And then you're going to take your right hand to your hip, anchor it down. Again, a really great place to consider bending your right knee. And then as you grab the outer edge of your left foot, maybe it's the ankle or the shin, you're going to start to find that half happy baby shape. Naturally, the left shoulder is going to be coming off the mat, so just soften it down, spread your toes wide, breathe deeply here. And then you have the option, if it feels good for you, to start to add more of an extension to the left leg, but if it feels too intense, if you notice the whole right side of your body really peeling up, then just settle it back down. Take as much of a bend in the knee as you need. Take one more breath. And then inhale, slowly bend the knee back. Slide your right foot flat. And then we'll reach the arms out like a T. And then hook the left elbow, the left ankle onto your right knee. So go ahead and then lift the right leg. And then you're just going to really gently rock side to side. Continuing to let yourself soften and settle. Give yourself one more breath. And then I want you to take your time as you slowly bend into your right knee. Plant your right foot flat. Inhale here, lengthen the low back, and just gently peel your hips up. Holding it here. Giving yourself one more breath. So you feel the work of the right hip, the opening in the left, and then as you bring the hips down, just take them slightly to the left. And then let yourself twist over to the right. And if it feels good for you, close eyes, fall to the left. Adjust your props as needed. Bring in props as needed. And then just as you push into your left heel, let it just open that left knee a little more. Give yourself just 2 more breaths. One more here. And then as you inhale, slowly bring the head back to center. You'll bring the legs back to center, and once they're there, just gently push into your right foot to hover your hips and center them back on the mat. Kick your left leg up towards the sky. Take a nice big breath in, and then slowly lowering your left heel down. Once the heel connects with the mat, let it relax, and then let your right leg relax as well. Again, you have that option. I really love goalposting the arms. Your shoulders may not, so listen. Ensure the communication remains fluid, meaning no tingling, no pinching. And then just take one more breath. And then on your next inhale, what you're going to do is bend into your left knee. And then what you're going to do is just take your hips slightly to the left. And then what I want you to do is you're going to bend over onto the right side here. So now what you're going to do is take your right leg to the center of the mat and then lift your left leg and let it rest. It's going to come off of the mat, so it's on a diagonal line here. Then you're going to wiggle your right foot over to the left edge of the mat. Now your hips are going to stay stacked here, and then you're going to bend into your right knee, reach up and back, and then grab the top of your foot. Now you can untuck the right shoulder. You're cupping the back of the head with your hand. And then you might keep the gaze over your right elbow. You might find you have the openness to bring the head to the ceiling, or maybe even to the left. Now, if you don't feel a stretch through the front of your right hip, right thigh, mind you, it should be gentle, okay? Wiggle your knee back a little bit more and see if you can open from there. If you have any difficulty grabbing the top of the foot, just grab something that you can loop around, even a little towel or strap, and then just relax. Let this be your opportunity to release anything else before we come into our last pose for today. So just try to isolate your focus and attention to the front of the right hip and thigh, and feel your breath expanding into that space and softening along the way. Taking one more breath. As you inhale, slowly releasing that grip. Wiggle your right foot back to the center. Take your left leg flat on the mat, left foot I should say, and then just scoot your hips to the center. Bend your right knee now, so both knees are bent, and then you'll scooch the hips to the right. And then go ahead, extend the left leg in the center of the mat. So now you're going to bend your left elbow, curl over onto your side, and then just scooch the hips here. So once the hips are stacking, then you're going to take that right leg and create that little kickstand, and then you're going to wiggle your left foot, your bottom leg back. So you want to go deep into that so that you can feel that stretch as you reach your right arm up, grab the top of your foot, and then support your head with your hands. Now it's nice to kind of untuck the left shoulder there. And find your place. Maybe you take a little cushion under your head. As you grab the top of the left foot, spiral the right shoulder open, and just find a place where you can have that kind of feeling. Notice the mind craving intensity here. And dissolve it. Just really enjoy this soft, deep opening, and especially when we're working into a more intense muscle group, right? Our thighs are such powerful muscles. And so we want to just try to encourage that little softening, that gentle release. Our thighs do a lot of work. Often they get so tight that you wouldn't even know it's 4 muscles. It's all just kind of feels like one bunchy thing. So notice if you can feel that little separation. Notice what happens when you create a little bit of a kick with the left foot into your hand. And then you just gently pull on that in a way where your shoulders and muscles in the face can relax as well. Give yourself just 2 more breaths. And then on your next inhale, slowly unravel from that. And then just take your time. Bend your right knee, plant it flat, bring your left foot flat, and scooch your hips to the center. Now, if you have that block or cushion, you're going to grab it, bend your knees more, and just gently lift the hips and slide that underneath. Now, you might choose to use 1 or 2 blocks, depending on how happy the hips are here. The low back, this should feel nothing but yummy, so you want to find that lowest part of your spine, and then release the legs. And even if you're only working with 1 block, you might find both legs at once is too much. So feel free to just bend 1 knee at a time. We're going to reach the arms by the side. And if you are reaching just 1 at a time, I will let you know when to switch. If you'd like to goalpost your arms, go ahead. You might even choose to take a blanket or that towel over your belly. But I want you to take all the focus and attention to the front of your hips. And let's breathe here. Noticing whatever it is that you notice. One more breath. So if you are on one side, you'll switch sides. If you have both legs extended, you'll just stay exactly how you are. One more breath. And then as you slowly bring your arms down by your side, you're going to bend your right leg, pause. And then the second leg, pause. Just gently lift your hips. Last bridge here. Now keep the hips up. Remove your blocks. Get them out of your way, but keep them close. And then all I want you to do is a gentle sway side to side. It should feel nothing but nice. You might even let one hip dip. So as you sway the hips to the right, left hip might dip a little. And as you sway to the left, right hip might drop a little. Take one more round. And then the next time you bring them to center, lift the hips up as much as you can. And then just curl down, one vertebra at a time. Let the knees drop in. Take a breath. Now, grabbing a hold of your blocks or a bolster works even better. Be mindful as you lift your head. Take your blocks under the backs of the knees. And then palms flip up. Eyes are closed. And you just take a deep breath in. And a big breath out. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. And for a moment, you just do nothing. Let every part of you just sink really heavy into this passive, receptive, and healing space. Before we do anything, just notice if there is anything holding on, tensing up. Can you let it soften? Like every part of you just melts into that support below. You're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. Otherwise, start to wiggle a little bit through your fingers, through your toes. And then if you feel ready, let's wiggle, create some room. If you're like me, there might be just a little resistance to moving. And that's okay. Notice what's there for you. Take your time and then bring the legs together. Arms reach. And let's go ahead and gently hug the knees in. Rock a little bit side to side. And just take your time as you plant your feet, move your props out of your way, and then let's curl over onto our side again. Dissolve any urge to rush. Just take a breath. And then as you inhale, pushing yourself up, we'll come into seated. Closing the eyes, bringing the hands to your heart, and just acknowledging how you feel. After literally just letting yourself be on your back, reclined. How does that land in your body? Feeling a little more grounded, a little more connected, and a little more tapped into your ability to soften and settle with your breath, to soften and settle into the idea of opening yourself up to support, and just really acknowledging and owning that you're worthy of feeling all of that. So thank yourself for taking this time. Namaste. Oh, it feels so nice to kind of just do that. So now hopefully you get a little bit of a deeper understanding as to why I said this is going to be a treat. At least I hope. For me it is. We're all different. So if you felt a little bit different through that, then that's okay. There's information in that and nothing's right or wrong. It just is what it is. And most importantly, I hope that you just feel good as you take on whatever's next for you. Hopefully not too much. And I hope that you sleep really well too. Take the best care, and I really hope that we get to connect again soon.